The arrival. Commander Elena Voss stood on the bridge of the Dauntless, the flagship of humanity's first dark matter fleet, her eyes fixed on the swirling void beyond the viewport. For decades, humanity had kept to itself, scraping together resources, developing new technology in secret, slowly pushing the boundaries of their solar system. Now, with the flicker of distant stars and the whisper of the void around them, they were about to announce their presence to the galaxy. The Galactic Space Council, a vast coalition of alien species that controlled the known galactic territories, had long regarded humanity as primitive and inconsequential. They believed humans were a curiosity at best, a backward species unworthy of serious attention. But that perception was about to shatter. Elena's voice cut through the hum of the bridge. Fleet status report. Lieutenant Myers, her tactical officer, tapped rapidly on his console. All vessels report green. Dark matter drives operating at full efficiency. No anomalies detected. Behind her, the crew worked with calm precision. Unlike any other ships in the galaxy, humanity's vessels pulsed with the eerie blue glow of dark matter reactors, a technology so new, so volatile, it was almost mythical. Dark matter allowed them to move faster than light without the lag or vulnerability that plagued other drives. More than speed, it was their shield and weapon. The Council's ancient fleets, though massive and formidable, were obsolete next to this power. Suddenly, the communication console blinked to life. Elena's heart skipped. The message was from the Galactic Council itself, an official invitation to present their fleet and explain their technological leap. The message was formal but tinged with unmistakable wariness. "This is it," Elena murmured. "The moment we cross from unknown to undeniable." As the fleet entered the Council's designated space, the Dauntless sensors detected dozens of alien ships, all converging to observe this unprecedented event. The ships were elegant but conventional, their designs reflecting centuries of tradition. The Council's largest vessel, the Zenith, hovered at the center, a towering construct of gleaming metal and ancient power. Alien delegates appeared on the communication screens, tall, slender beings with translucent skin, reptilian figures adorned in ceremonial armor, and crystalline entities shimmering with light. Their voices crackled with suspicion and curiosity. A reptilian delegate spoke first, his voice low and gravelly. "Humanity, your sudden arrival with such overwhelming power is unsettling. Explain yourselves." Elena stepped forward, her voice steady and clear. "We come in peace and with respect for the Council. Our technology is the result of human ingenuity, perseverance, and necessity. We did not seek to threaten but to join the galaxy's community as equals." Murmurs rippled through the Council vessels. Some aliens exchanged worried glances. Others studied the human fleet with thinly veiled envy. No one had expected humanity to wield such power, let alone to wield it so confidently. The Council's leader, a being known only as the Arbiter, spoke last. "Your arrival forces us to reconsider many assumptions. We will arrange a demonstration of your capabilities. Until then, your fleet remains under observation." Elena nodded. "We welcome the opportunity." As the Council ships moved back, Elena turned to her crew. "Prepare for the demonstration. This is our chance to prove that humanity is more than what they expected." Her second-in-command, Commander Riker, stepped forward. "They doubt us, but they don't understand human resolve. They haven't seen what we're capable of." Elena allowed herself a brief smile. "Then we'll show them." Outside the viewport, the darkness of space suddenly seemed less empty, charged with the promise of a new chapter, not just for humanity, but for the entire galaxy. The demonstration. The cold silence of space was shattered by the hum of dark matter engines as the Dauntless and its fleet surged forward. Elena stood again on the bridge, eyes sharp, heart steady. Today was the day humanity would prove their worth, not with words, but with action. The Galactic Space Council's representatives watched from a distance aboard their vessels, their dozens of sensors fixed on the human fleet as it prepared to demonstrate its capabilities in a contested space corridor known for its treacherous asteroid fields and unpredictable radiation bursts. It was a natural proving ground, one that many had avoided due to its inherent dangers. Elena's voice cut through the bridge. "All captains, report status." Voices from the fleet crackled in her ear. "Ready, Commander." "Systems green." "Weapons calibrated and standby." Their dark matter drives pulsed rhythmically, blue energy rippling along each hull. The technology was still mysterious to the Council, even after extensive scans. It was silent, almost ghost-like, allowing humanity's ships to move with uncanny stealth and speed. "Engage dark matter propulsion," Elena ordered. The fleet vanished almost instantly, slipping through space as if folding it in on itself. Moments later, they reappeared inside the asteroid corridor, weaving with fluid grace. Asteroids whirled past, barely missed by the Dauntless and its sister ships. Where alien vessels often took wide, cautious routes, humanity's ships danced between rocks as though space was an extension of their own instincts. A ripple of awe echoed across the Council's observation decks. Suddenly, a warning flared, red blips appearing on the tactical map. Rogue faction ships, unsanctioned by the Council but loyal to an extremist ideology, had launched a surprise attack. Their intention was clear: disrupt humanity's demonstration and prevent the Council from accepting them. "Rogue faction ships detected," Myers announced. "They're closing fast." Elena's fingers danced across the controls. "All ships, defensive formation Alpha. Prepare to engage." The dark matter vessels responded instantly. Their weapon systems activated with a silent hum, firing pulses of concentrated energy that struck with pinpoint accuracy. But it wasn't brute force alone that decided the battle. It was human ingenuity, unpredictable tactics, daring maneuvers, and a willingness to take risks the aliens considered reckless. The Dauntless slipped behind an asteroid, then leapt forward through a sudden burst of dark matter propulsion, striking a rogue ship's flank before disappearing again. Other human vessels moved in sync, covering each other like a living organism. Alien observers watched in stunned silence as rogue ships were neutralized one by one, unable to match the combination of speed, stealth, and precision. After the skirmish, Elena ordered the fleet to reassemble. The corridor was cleared, the demonstration continuing without further interference. Back in the Council chambers, delegates whispered among themselves, faces reflecting shock and newfound respect. Elena activated her communicator. "This demonstration shows our commitment, not just to defense, but to cooperation. Our technology isn't a threat, it's a tool for peace." The reptilian delegate from before nodded slowly. "Your tactics are unorthodox, but effective." A crystalline delegate's voice shimmered with curiosity. "Dark matter propulsion is unlike anything we've seen. How did humanity unlock such power?" Elena hesitated, then replied, "Necessity drove us. We faced extinction several times. We had to push beyond known physics to survive and protect our home. Dark matter was the key." The Arbiter, the Council's leader, finally spoke. "You have demonstrated power that demands recognition. But power alone does not guarantee trust." Elena met his gaze evenly. "Trust is earned. We are here to earn it." The fleet began its return journey, dark matter engines humming steadily as they left the corridor behind. Elena allowed herself a moment's satisfaction. Humanity had shattered expectations, but the real test was only beginning. Behind the scenes, whispers of unease spread within the Council. Humanity's rapid rise threatened long-standing power balances. Some saw an ally, others saw a rival to be crushed. Elena knew the path ahead would be fraught with challenges. But for the first time in generations, humanity was not hiding in the shadows of the galaxy. They had arrived. The conspiracy. The Council chambers buzzed with tension, a tangled web of voices weaving through mistrust and intrigue. Elena sat quietly in the observation room aboard the Dauntless, watching as holographic images of Council delegates flickered before her. The room was sterile, cold, far removed from the pulse of her fleet, but the stakes had never been higher. Humanity's demonstration had shaken the Council to its core. Some members were genuinely impressed, others deeply afraid. Power always bred fear, and fear bred plots. The first sign came quietly. A routine maintenance check aboard one of the smaller human vessels detected an anomaly, an unexpected power surge in the dark matter reactor core. The ship's AI flagged it immediately, prompting an emergency shutdown that saved the crew but raised alarms. Elena reviewed the report with growing concern. Sabotage. The dark matter reactors were humanity's most precious and dangerous technology. Any tampering could mean disaster. She called her trusted officers together. Someone on the inside wants us crippled, Elena said, voice low but firm. We don't know who, but we need answers, and fast. Commander Riker frowned. The Council, or the rogue faction we neutralized during the demonstration? Both are possibilities, Elena replied. But I'm not convinced it's just external threats. There are whispers in council chambers. Some don't want us integrated. We must prepare for anything. Her mind raced. The council was supposed to be a symbol of unity and order, yet beneath its polished exterior lurked rivalries and fear-mongering. Elena authorized a covert investigation, assigning a small team to monitor communications and identify suspicious activity. She also reached out to an unlikely ally, a delegate from the crystalline species known as the Luminari, who had shown genuine interest in humanity's technology and ideals. Kira, the Luminari envoy, met Elena in a secure conference room. Her shimmering form flickered with nervous energy. I don't trust my own council as much as I trust your crew, Kira said softly. There are factions plotting against you. I'll help you find them. Together, they pieced together fragmented intelligence. Evidence pointed to a faction within the Council Security Directorate, those who saw humanity's rise as a threat to their influence and were willing to act aggressively to prevent it. The plot thickened when Elena's team intercepted communications suggesting a planned attack on the Dauntless during its next diplomatic meeting. Elena didn't hesitate. We move first. On the day of the meeting, the Dauntless was guarded like a fortress. The dark matter shields pulsed with energy, ready to repel any assault. As the council delegates gathered, Elena confronted the Arbiter directly. I have evidence that some within the council are plotting sabotage. You must act. The Arbiter's face was unreadable. If true, it threatens everything we stand for. We will investigate. But Elena knew better. Some conspirators were too deeply embedded. She ordered her security teams to tighten protocols and remain vigilant. Hours later, an explosion rocked a nearby council station, a clear message from the saboteurs. Fortunately, no lives were lost, but the attack was a declaration. Humanity was a threat to be eliminated. In the aftermath, Elena addressed the council, her voice resonant with determination. We did not come here to conquer or destroy. We seek partnership, peace, and mutual growth. But we will not be passive in the face of aggression. The chamber fell silent, the weight of her words settling like dust. The Luminari envoy stepped forward, lending her voice in support. Trust must be earned, but power must be respected. Humanity's arrival is a challenge and an opportunity. The council was fractured, some prepared to fight, others willing to listen. The galaxy held its breath. Back aboard the Dauntless, Elena stood alone on the bridge, staring out into the vastness of space. They had won this round, but the war for acceptance had just begun. Her fleet was humanity's spearhead in a galaxy that was equal parts wonder and danger. And she was ready to lead it. The verdict. The Galactic Space Council chambers buzzed with an uneasy energy. Delegates from dozens of star systems gathered, their faces etched with anxiety and anticipation. The dark matter vessels of humanity had changed everything. Now, the galaxy's ruling body faced a decision that could reshape the balance of power and the future of interstellar relations. Commander Elena Voss stood at the heart of the chamber, flanked by her closest officers and the Luminari envoy, Kira. The room fell silent as the Arbiter, the Council's enigmatic leader, took the floor. Humanity has presented a challenge unlike any we have seen before, the Arbiter began, his voice resonant and deliberate. Your arrival, your technology, and your demonstration of power have forced us to confront uncomfortable truths. The galaxy is no longer as stable as we believed. Murmurs swept through the chamber. Elena stepped forward. Her voice was calm but unwavering. We did not come to threaten the galaxy or dominate it. We came to join it, to share knowledge, to build alliances, and to explore together. Our dark matter vessels are tools of defense and discovery, meant to protect, not to intimidate. A reptilian delegate narrowed his eyes. Yet your power could upset the delicate balance we have maintained for centuries. How can we trust that you will not become a new hegemon? Elena met his gaze steadily. Trust must be earned, yes. But power without responsibility is a risk no one can afford. We ask only for a chance to prove ourselves through our actions. The Arbiter nodded slowly. The Council has debated extensively. There are those who fear your rapid rise and the implications for their influence. Others see potential in your strength and determination. The chamber's atmosphere thickened with tension. Suddenly, Kira spoke, her crystalline voice shimmering through the silence. I have witnessed humanity's resolve firsthand. Your people's capacity for innovation, your willingness to face existential threats with courage, are rare qualities. The galaxy could benefit from such vigor. A wave of agreement rippled among several delegates. The Arbiter raised a hand to silence the room. Therefore, the Council has reached a decision. Humanity shall be granted a provisional seat among us. Your fleet will participate in joint missions and diplomatic forums. However, this acceptance comes with conditions: transparency, cooperation, and adherence to Council protocols. Elena allowed herself a small smile. We accept these terms. Humanity is ready to contribute to a future of peace and progress. As the chamber erupted in a mix of applause and cautious murmurs, Elena felt the weight of responsibility settle on her shoulders. This was not the end but a beginning, a fragile alliance in a galaxy filled with uncertainty. After the session, Elena returned to the dauntless bridge. She gazed out at the endless stars, each one a beacon of possibility. Riker approached, his usual stoic expression softened. You did well in there. The Council isn't exactly welcoming, but we made an opening. Elena nodded. They needed to see that humanity isn't just a threat or a weapon. We're something more. More than anyone expected, Riker added. Suddenly, the ship's sensors beeped, a routine report from the fleet. Yet this time, the data felt different. Not just ships moving through space, but the pulse of a new era, of human ingenuity and courage weaving into the fabric of the galaxy. Elena turned to her crew. Prepare for our first joint mission. We have much to prove, and many to protect. The stars outside seemed to shine brighter, as if the galaxy itself acknowledged humanity's place among them. A new chapter had begun.